What is up, Tide fans? Stacey Blackwood here from Tide Talk Live with an instant reaction to Alabama's 72-61 win over Missouri in the SEC tournament semifinals. And Alabama will now be advancing to the SEC championship game for the second time in 3 years. What a tremendous job that Nate Oats has done in Tuscaloosa with the men's basketball program. And you can't talk about this game without starting with Brandon Miller. He was simply sensational, especially in the second half, where I believe he dropped 19 points or 16 points, a ridiculous amount of points either way in the second half, and was just phenomenal. Really carried Alabama in the second half. But I really want to talk about the defensive effort that Alabama has put together so far in the SEC tournament, holding Mississippi State to 49 points, holding Missouri to 61 points. So the effort defensively has really been the story so far in the tournament for Alabama, in my opinion. The shots are not, they're not falling at what Alabama is used to falling at, especially from the three-point line. It was much better in the second half here against Missouri, but Brandon Miller continues to make plays for Alabama whenever they need plays to be made. Noah Clowney was also just phenomenal for Alabama. The other freshman put up, another 19 points for Alabama. He was really impactful in both halves of the game, and both Brandon and Noah were also impactful on the defensive end of the floor, along with Charles Bediako, who just continues to be a force in the paint for Alabama. Just a phenomenal rim protector, and that drop coverage, and just does a great job of protecting the rim for Alabama defensively. And it really gets Alabama out in transition when Bediako can get a block or a stuff or a rebound at the rim. And Alabama, when they get out in transition, they're almost impossible to stop because they get to their spots so quickly. The defense can't get set, and when that ball is moving, the defense can't keep up. And there's usually somebody open for an open three, or somebody's driving the lane and they find somebody on the opposite side of the block for a lob dunk. So this team is just so capable of winning in so many different ways. The 3-point, they shot around 30% from three today, 35% yesterday against Mississippi State. So not just incredible shooting performance from Alabama, but they still find ways to win and win by double digits. And you can't say enough good things about this team because they just find all sorts of ways to win. And when you can find multiple ways to win, you have a really good chance of making a deep run in the tournament. Now they're going to be playing, either Texas A&M or Vanderbilt on Sunday for the SEC championship. So Alabama has a chance to win not only the SEC regular season title, but a chance to win the SEC tournament title as well, which would be the second time in 3 years, like I mentioned earlier. Nate Oats, I don't know what else you can say about the job that he's done in Tuscaloosa, but he just continues to build one of the more dominant programs in the SEC, and I don't see any signs of it slowing down anytime soon. So what a job Nate Oats has done. Greg Byrne has done his job by locking him up. A new arena is on the horizon. Not sure when that'll be, but just really excited for what this team has accomplished this season. They've now broke the record for most wins in Alabama history in a single season. They're now got 28 wins on the year. They're not done yet either, guys. They have a really good chance. Will probably be the favorites tomorrow in the SEC championship game, regardless of who the opponent is. They're going to be a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament, and they have a shot to be the top overall seed in the tournament. So this team has a chance to make a deep run in March, has a chance to play for a Final Four and for a championship, and I'm all here for it. What a job that Nate Oats has done. And the way this team kind of responded in the second half was really, really impressive. Missouri makes that kind of lucky shot towards the end of the first half, a three-pointer to get the game within one possession. And then Missouri just comes out firing in the second half to start the second half. Alabama turns the ball over several times. They never really can get in a rhythm offensively because they're turning the ball over. I think they had 9 turnovers in the first half, and then several more to start the second half, and it allowed Missouri to kind of build a little bit of a lead. But then Brandon Miller hits a three, gets an and one, and really Alabama just took the game over from that point, and everybody else started making shots as well. You see Noah Clowney hit a three. You see Noah Gurley hit a couple threes. You see Mark Sears finally hit a three. And by the way, Mark Sears has really struggled so far in this tournament from the three-point line. And you got to believe that a guy that shot the ball as well as he did all season long is eventually going to find his rhythm from the three-point line. And I have a feeling that Mark Sears is going to have a big game. It could be tomorrow in the SEC championship game, or it could be sometime in the NCAA tournament. But Mark Sears is going to have a 20-plus performance before the season comes to an end for Alabama. And Javon Quinley, consistently. He put up, I think 7 or 8 assists today, but could not get anything to go down shooting wise. So, Mark Sears and Jaden Bradley and Javon Quinley probably didn't combine for 10 points. I don't have the stat sheet right in front of me in this game, but yet Alabama has a double-digit win over a really, really good Missouri team in the SEC semifinals. And once again, they are going to be moving on to play either Texas A&M or Vanderbilt in the SEC championship game on Sunday afternoon up in Nashville. So really excited about what's going on in Tuscaloosa with the basketball team, or I should say Nashville, since they're playing in Nashville right now. They have a chance to win the SEC outright, both the regular season and the tournament championship. And I really believe they have a fantastic opportunity to do that. I think they're the best team right now in the SEC. They're not playing up to their capabilities, but when they're at 80%, man, they're still one of the best teams in the country, and they're going to be a tough out. And you look at teams like, to me, in my opinion, there's a handful of teams that have a legitimate shot of winning a national championship. You got Alabama, you have Purdue, and you have Kansas. And then I think there's a couple other teams that could have an outside shot. But I think one of those three teams is most likely going to win the national championship this season, and Alabama has as good a shot as anybody. And they are really on the cusp of becoming one of the more dominant teams in college basketball. Really over the past couple seasons, they make the Sweet 16 a couple years ago, losing overtime to UCLA, and now here they are back again playing for the SEC championship game, playing for a top overall seed in the NCAA tournament with a chance to make a deep run in March and hopefully cut down the nets at the end of the year. But what a job Nate Oats has done. What a performance in the second half from this Alabama basketball team. They started out sloppy in the second half. Missouri takes a couple possession lead, and then Alabama just catches fire. They lock it down on the defensive end of the floor, and they start making some shots. And when they're making the shots, you can just forget about it. If they're making the three-point shot, you might as well just hang it up, because you're not going to beat them, because they're going to be able to get to the rim. You're going to be able to throw some lobs to Clowney and to Bediako. And once those outside shots start falling, it's lights out, and this team just continues to prove that. But it really, like I mentioned at the beginning, it really starts with a defensive effort. And this team gives up 61 to Missouri, 49 to Mississippi State. That's going to win you a lot of basketball games, especially here in March. So really excited about what's happening. Can't wait for tomorrow for the SEC championship game between Alabama and either Vanderbilt or Texas A&M. We're going to be here at Tide Talk Live providing nonstop coverage. Cannot wait for that game to get underway, and hopefully Alabama can cut down the nets in Nashville as SEC champions. If you're not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, and jump in the comment section and give us your thoughts on the Crimson Tide. Give us a why for a yes or an in for no if you think Alabama is going to be cutting down the nets tomorrow in Nashville as SEC tournament champions, because I certainly think so. But that's going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, Roll Tide.